Hey everybody, welcome to the Studio Hangout. I'm your host, Michael Jantze, and I've got a computer up so that I can see what we're doing here, and if you want to chat, you can leave the chat on YouTube. That would work best since you're watching over there, and I can see those things come in. Oh, sweet coffee. Hope everybody's had a good week. I have almost had a good week, and we'll go ahead and do this thing here and get going. Okay, so I thought we'd do some sanity sketches today. Don't mind my moving things around here. Oh, this is kind of nice. So first off, a thank you to all of you who have continued to support me, because part of what is going on is this little camera setup is just my iPhone, but I bought a little iPhone stand, and then the live videos work much better through the phone than off the computer cameras, as we've tried to do in the past. So we're getting there. All right. There's at least one person watching, and so I believe if you want to say something over in the thing, what should I draw? I was going to do like a norm sketch, but let me know. So I'll take a second here. These are in my way. I don't like that. So I think I'll take that off of there. Kind of. They're supposed to. There we go. Much better. Yeah, I tore it. Let's see, these are not postcards, are they postcards? No, they're just 4x6. Okay, so let's go with a maybe a sketch of, here, you know what I'll do? Show you, I can type right here. Okay. Oh, that is a nice angle of my shoulder. All right, a little drink of confidence there. Let's do Boy Norm, because he's fun. All right, so here we go. 10 a.m. on a Saturday. It's raining here. The new book is on the boat. I'm starting to get things ready for the shipping. It sounds like it'll be off the boat by the end of August, which is a little longer than I thought. I don't think it used to take 6 weeks, but maybe it did and I forgot. So I think I've been miscommunicating that, because I'm so good at this. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of not working in a, where do I need to be here? There we go. Oh, better. You're welcome. I need to turn it this way for you, but I can't draw that way. So I'd have to get this thing over my shoulder. But it's sort of like you're standing over my shoulder, hanging out in the studio, doing what people do when they go to people's studios. You know, stealing the pencils, taking a photo, commenting on the toy shelf. My toy shelf is very small. I've been trying to calm down on that sort of stuff. It doesn't bring me joy anymore because I have to dust it. Oh, forgot what I was doing here. I was going to have him sticking his tongue out here. Okay. And it's Boy Norm. I don't know why I didn't put him in overalls. It's just like I've been making up new rules here. Lee Geller, welcome. Happy Saturday to you too. The scotch is downstairs. And we have Fiend Kraken here as well, who's read the norm since the early 2000s. And you read it in the paper. What paper did you read it in? And as well, Lee, did you ever read it in the paper, or are you a online person? Let me know. I think that's enough of that. I didn't bring water. Does this have any water in it? Yeah, okay. Okay. Ooh, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Very nice. I think I still have one old friend who works there, but newspapers have changed a lot. I think the Journal, I can't remember. No, they never actually dropped the strip. I think the story with them was that when Norm woke up married, it was New Year's Eve, and the next morning he and Renee were smooching on a balcony, and then the next morning he woke up and on the floor as usual, and Renee was in the bed, and the newspaper was so worried about fan outcry that they actually ran a teaser on the front page that said, "Don't freak out, they're married," and blew the whole week, because the whole point of the week was he didn't know what was going on, because he didn't either. He woke up married and had skipped a year of his life, so it was pretty funny. Oh, Lee, you found it on Go Comics. Cool. Yeah, so that was the weird one about the AJC. I think it was the Minneapolis paper that had decided to try to drop the strip in the middle of the when Norm sat in line for Star Wars, which just got them blasted with mail. And mainly, I think, because people were like, "How can you be so stupid to not even read the strip and know that there's a storyline going on right now?" So those were kind of two of the fun things I remember. And I think Minneapolis is right next to Atlanta, right? It's on the map. Yeah, I think so. I'm kidding. I know better than that. Don't correct me. Okay, let's get a little dry brush going there. There we go. I have to get the gouaches back out. I found an old gouache drawing of Chewbacca that I posted. That was an old one, by the way. It was on Instagram. But it reminded me how much I miss gouache, because gouache you can do all these nice dry brush effects with, which we don't do here as well. But if you get a lot of ink or paint on it, then you can. All right, let's see what else is going on here. We got that. Put a little purple in there. Do I have purple? I think that's purple. We'll make it purple. That's brown. I'm going blind, I think. Oh yeah, it's purple. Well, it's blue at least. Okay. Minnesotans. Well, my mom is from North Dakota, and my parents actually live up there again. They were living in Dallas and North Dakota, and my dad's from Nebraska, and their house in Dallas burned down. That was weird. It was literally 9 months after I published Knocked Out Loading. It was like, you guys, you don't have to burn the house down just to be cool. They haven't talked to me since I said that, so I guess they didn't like that. Yeah, you betcha. I can always tell when somebody is from, there's a lot of Norwegians and, kind of, what do you call that? Midwestern white people out here in Seattle where I live now. There's even like a Scandinavian museum here. So you get a little bit of the O's from some folks here sometimes still. See, we're into the browns. Let's clean this out. Ooh, look at all that blue in there. I'll show you what I'm doing. Much left in there? Yeah, okay. Get our flesh tone going here for Honky Boy. Maybe this way. Uh-huh. Boop. Put a little green in there just to make it interesting. What was I doing? Oh, I was inking doing some illustrations for my company right now. I was inking something the other day and suddenly realized it wasn't going well. But I got the water out and softened everything up and fixed it with some gray wash. Okay. Shirt is usually black. We do the dark stuff last. Let's do the bottom of the shoe. Little gray there. God, I don't remember whether I was watching or reading a story. I was reading a story. Oh, it was the New York Times story on Bob Ross and the PBS painter who passed away years ago, but they were doing a story on where are the paintings that were done on the show because you can't find them. And it turns out that the Bob Ross company still has them all. They basically have never sold them. And they're just numbered and in boxes. Something like he did 6 paintings per show. Oh, you lived in Port Orchard. Fiend Kraken. Yeah, I know the name of that. I think that's south of town. I don't know Seattle very well yet, or the Pacific Northwest either. Somebody was having to explain the Columbia Valley to me the other day. I didn't realize it was so far up in the state that it kind of runs the whole state because I didn't realize the river cut the state in half. Yeah, Port Orchard, I think that's south, right down by west of Tacoma or north of, anyway, let me know where it is. But yeah, it's Ballard, which is a neighborhood north of Seattle, just over the north side of the Lake Union, is like Scandinavian crazy up there. Everybody's got a flag up. Let's do a purple shirt maybe. I was formatting and working on the ebook of the new Norm 4.0 collection this past week, and I think I'm done, but it's the weirdest thing. I haven't done the Apple book yet. The Kindle book, they came out with something called Kindle Comic Creator, which is designed for children's books. Is that purple? It's kind of the same color that's down there. I just always make the same color. God. And they had, anyway, they have this panel by panel view like Comixology has. If anybody reads comics on Comixology, which I don't, I work at Amazon, and I work at Amazon Publishing, the actual publishing division. We actually publish children's books and romance books and nonfiction and mysteries and all that sort of stuff. We just signed Dean Koontz to a multi-book contract, which was a big deal in the industry because he's one of the big names for mystery. So, if I read comics or anything, I read them on through the Kindle app, and it's got the panel by panel view. And so I was trying to set that up for the book, and I spent 5 hours or 6 hours getting it all done right. Oh, it's on yeah, just across the sound on the ferry. Okay. So yeah, it's out past like Bainbridge and all that. Gotcha. I have not been to Bainbridge yet, but I've been out to, in a previous life, I went out to Port Townsend. My wife of the time and I were looking at buying a bed and breakfast out there. I think it was actually just an inn, kind of a big place. Her dad was in that sort of stuff, and so he was in the biz, and so he was gonna kind of go into semi-retirement and help us run this thing. And anyway, it didn't work out. What was I talking about? Oh, the books. So yeah, I spent like 6 hours trying to build this panel by panel thing, and then it didn't work. Then I went and looked at a bunch of other books and noticed that they don't have it either. And then I tried to build out a table of contents index, an HTML table of contents index, which I know how to do. I used to teach a class on comics for Kindle and new media and all that sort of stuff. And that didn't work. So it's kind of been a bust this week, getting a bunch of the stuff done for the new book. Okay. So that's exciting. I should do this. There we go. Okay. Painting's hard. See, I don't have water. That's coffee. Don't put it in there. Let's do a little light blue. Here, get this. This white's kind of lame. You gotta get it really thick to get it to even work. And then it just makes this kind of plucky, putty, bleh color, but we'll try it here. Yeah, it doesn't do a thing. Let's do some tongue. We'll do the hair last. Hair last. Tongue. That would benefit from a little of this, maybe. Making a nice pink. Okay. I meant to do that. It's delayed, so I just watch myself drop the. So that's the same color as the skin tone. Damn it! Why even make a new color, which is the same tone as the background? Okay. Let's make that a little redder. Ooh, that's too red. And the artist's struggles begin. Okay, there we go. 4.0 is not hardcover. But it is French folds like Knocked Out Loaded is. It's got a nice thick heavy cover on it, and then it's got those fold-ins for the about the author and about this book stuff. And then it's also got a spot gloss and a emboss on it this time. So that the upgrades, I'd sort of planned that into the price this time of the book. The mistake I made last time on Knocked Out Loaded was I hadn't budgeted for shipping. So this time I had all the shipping and shipping supplies and some extra stuff like the stickers and all that go into the package. And I budgeted for a box to ship the books in instead of a envelope. So we didn't have that much damage on books. And the envelopes are easier to ship, but I thought I'd try putting them in boxes like I used to do the old ones. They're these flat boxes. Much too dark. So we could always do a hardcover later. It would have been hardcover if we had made our price, but we only hit 80% of the cost, and so what I should have done was set up the fund a little lower. I just set it up for what it actually cost to do it for once, instead of setting it up low and then just trying to egg people on. It was like I didn't want to get into that stuff, and the psychology of that was that you have to do that stuff. I think I learned something there as well, which was I thought, I'll just do a 3-week thing instead of a month-long thing, and we'll just do it. I'll just tell you what we'll do. If we get here, it's going to look like this. And even though at the price that I had only guaranteed that it would be soft cover with French folds, it was kind of built in that we could probably go for another, I think it's $1,000 more to, it was $2,000 more to get it to the hardcover with the, oh God, what's the thing called, the case wrap, and God, I work in publishing, I should know this stuff now. So I was thinking about that the other day, that I was going through some of the strips, because Norm just started his job at an ad agency, and I have not worked in an ad agency. I've worked for ad agencies, but I haven't worked at one. And Norm worked at a book publisher for years, and that strip came up about him, having never really made anything because everything just didn't get finished. So now I work at a book publisher. When I started the strip, I worked at a newspaper, and I had picked a book publisher just so it wasn't a newspaper, because it seemed like, the strip really wasn't a journal strip per se. It was a fake journal strip, kind of a la Kathy. And I broke the fourth wall with the stand-up stuff. Okay. And anyway. So it's kind of funny that I now work at the place Norm used to work at. Yeah. There's quite a bit of it. Leah says it's scary how life is beginning to imitate, the comic, and that's actually very true, because I thought I would never get divorced, and people always ask me, which character do you most identify with? And I was like, I think I'm probably more like Ford because I'm grumpy. But now I'm divorced like Ford too, so there you go. Do a little dry brush stuff there. Boop. Let's see, anything else? I think that's enough. I think we're just kind of screwing around now. This way, if I, it's 30 after. I was going to try to do 2 of these. I tore this one Sorry. I've got the black thing on my finger, by the way. These are for arthritis, but they don't work. But I've got a horrible ouchie, and I didn't want you to have to look at an ugly Band-Aid or a big, gash on my finger. I tore I had to dig a sprinkler head out of the ground. It turned out to be about 9 inches to a foot down. And I gashed my hand on it's next to the sidewalk out, or the patio cement out back. So anyway, that happened. I was going to do one more. Yeah, pouty face. I was going to do one more. If you guys have a suggestion, let me know. All ink going on while we're talking here. Got some pens. Just use this guy. This is the, I just got these new things from, that one's empty. Yeah. I just got some new pens from the folks at Sakura. Thank you very much, Wayne Chan. And I need to play with it more. They're not a brush like these are. This is an actual. Can you see this? Yeah, this is an actual brush. It's got little nylon brushes in there. These are meant for calligraphy, but I use them for this. And I started using these only because, a piece of paper here, because my wife was moving us around the country a lot for her job, and/or was traveling, so I'd be traveling with a baby or two and having to do the strips in hotel rooms back in the early 2000s. And so I was switching over to a brush from the strip, and a friend of mine, Frank Camuso, said, "Hey, you got to get these." He had found them in France. They didn't sell them in the U.S. originally, so I had to buy them through Canada, through an art supply store in Canada. Curry's Art Store, or is Curry's in Minneapolis? Anyway, one of those. And then eventually, no, Curry's in Minneapolis, I think, and then eventually I could get them through a store in Minneapolis, and then they were finally in the U.S. I don't know why it took so long. Somebody had said the ink was illegal, that it didn't meet our standards because old-fashioned India ink has like bad stuff in it that the EPA didn't like. Oh, cocoa. Okay. Yeah, regarding the concrete getting your finger, the thing was I had my watch on, and I heard the face of the watch hit the concrete. I took the watch off and then was like, I'm totally cool. Then I don't know how I gouged it open, but there was like this piece of, a blob of concrete kind of about an inch down that had been formed, in the dirt. So anyway, I caught it on that and just gouged it wide open. I was very excited. Okay. I think I'll get one more studio hangout in before the end of the month. I know I'd set one up for a Thursday and I missed it. I literally just forgot. It was ridiculous. My mom was here, and it's not that we were doing that much, except for sitting around. We were probably sitting around watching the Ken Burns Roosevelt documentary series. Yeah, and I just forgot. That was exciting. So I was going to do one more before the end of the month, and then because I'm catching up because I had missed a couple this year, and then I'll do two in August again, and then I should be back to having done at least one a month. So apologies for the lack of Hangouts. And then when the books arrive, we'll have a studio hangout, and you're all welcome to come over and stuff boxes. All right, let's do a little of that. Boop. Oh. All right. This isn't bad paper. What was this? Something laying on the floor over there. Something that starts with an F. I have to get some more of this. Yeah. Okie dokes. I quit breathing when I ink, so if you hear me hit the floor, dial 911 and wait for the real drama to start when the EMTs get here. Wasn't what I wanted. There we go. A weird one. What did I do there? Oh, I see. I missed that. There we go. Everything's going to be okay. We'll let that dry for a while. Okay. Coco, who is probably sleeping under my bed. She is named Echo in the strip. Excuse me. Oh, I'm out of coffee. Oh, that's so sad. A drawer in here, I think I did. I found these great little books. If any of you are artists, this is not a sponsored thing or anything. These are made in Kansas City, Missouri by Global Arts Materials. I found them at my little local art store in Edmonds called Handbook. made by Global Art Materials. Anyway, they're great. The paper's awesome. And then it's a nice size. Then they're square, which, so there's Niccolo, Pooh, Snoopy, Norm and Taylor and Echo and Lily and a cup of coffee and Batman and Taylor and Echo, Mr. Lux, Duke Ellington, Norm. Oh, and then I started Echo here and didn't finish it. Coco, my dog Coco loves her floppy frisbee. We've got these canvas frisbees. And then I was doing a series of all of the women in the Norm. So there's Jan, Maria Elena. That's Charlie Brown. He's not a woman. That is not a woman either. That is Jackie Robinson. And I was working on some Popeyes. And a Charlie Chaplin I didn't really like. And that is Greta. She's obviously gotten married and has a baby. And that is Stalker Chick from Norm's old job. And that was his Uber XGF Rita. And then our good friend passed away. And that is not Taylor. That is, I think Buddy's his name. It's a new comic that I haven't finished called Family Theater. There's the Coco. Quick little sketch there. Oh, I don't know when I did that. And, Norm, playing baseball, Charlie Brown, Chunky Batman, Norm, Eleanor Roosevelt. See, I was watching the show. Charlie Brown, teenager. Oops. And, that's it. Anyway. So, Echo. Let's see. Coco. See if she's there. No, she's not getting up. Okay. Little triangular face. I've got a series coming, not a series, I don't do series anymore. I have a comic coming. It was an old series that was in the Norm somewhere, where originally, I think it was with Chuck the dog, the old Sheltie. It was Norm's neighbor. I had a whole series where Chuck ends up living with Norm and Renee after he runs away from the couple that used to live next door and becomes Norm and Renee's dog. And then, anyway, I totally missed the page. And then anyway, I never did that series. Oh, side two. I didn't like that drawing anyhow. Here we go. So originally I had Chuck the dog running away, coming and living with Norm. Oh, I think I did a little bit of that, and then they didn't stay. Maybe that, yeah, okay, I don't know. So, oh wait, Lee says what here? I can blame anything for a lot of issues in my life. I spent a chunk of my childhood sitting in a corner with a drawing board copying old Popeye cartoons from the 1930s. Yeah, you did. Oh, that's right, I have one in the back here. I love the old Popeyes. There you go. There you go. There's my Popeye. You'll have Lee post a Popeye on Patreon, and so we can all see it. I'd love to see some Popeyes. I bought all those collections that came out recently. There was like 6 in a row of the Seaguard Popeyes. They're great. I can't get the one though. It's listed as $400. I think they printed like 3 of them to create a collector's market. I don't know what they did, but there's one of them you can't get. I think it's What's a Jeep? Or Sweet Peas. I think it's What's a Jeep. Maybe it's Fantagraphics, or it's one of those. They're huge. They're great though. Yeah, anyway, so post one. So anyway, I think I did a series with Chuck the dog. And Chuck's name was after Chuck Yeager, because I had a Sheltie named Yeager after Chuck Yeager, because I'd read the right stuff when I got him. And I was like, oh, that's a good name for a dog. And wow. You can do it. Okay. Put some sunglasses on him. On her. So I did a series where Chuck was going to come live with them, and then I had written a series after that I was getting ready to pencil, and then I was retiring a strip, so this is somewhere in 2004, I think. And that series was about that the dog could speak. And because in my comic strip, dogs don't talk, because I don't think they do in real life either. But we all think they do, because I don't know about you guys, but we've always given voices to our dogs. Mimi's voice, the old black pug that we had, she talked like Cartman. And Coco's voice started out as Doug from Up. And slowly sort of migrated into a mixture of that and the dog that was in that YouTube video where the guy's telling him that there's bacon in the fridge, and he gave the bacon to the cat, and the dog's like, oh yeah, because Coco's got such a sad face. She's got those big expressive eyes. Anyway, so I don't know about you guys, but dogs have voices. Oh, so you don't have any of it. You'll have to draw some more, Michael Geller. So hurry up. Maybe we'll just broadcast from your studio next week. Oh, we could do dueling Popeyes. That'd be cool. Yeah, oh, so I'll show you this real quick since we're on Popeye. Kind of jumping around here because the coffee kicked in, I think. Where's that Popeye in here? Oh, yeah, I've been working on this for a long time, which is I'm trying to figure out a way to draw Popeye in like as few lines as possible. But he's such a complicated character. You can see I got him down to about, what is that, 10? But I do that with, I've been working on started with, that old drawing of, I know it's Picasso, of is it a dachshund? Yeah, it's a dachshund, I think, where it's all one line. So I'd done that with a pug. I've got all these old, let's see if I can find it here in my sketchbook. This probably goes back one more than this. Sketchbooks are, oh, they're up here. I did this one's falling apart. Is it in here? No, not in that one. Maybe it's in this one. Oh, there's a Batman. Oh, there's some more of the Popeyes. Pug. Yeah. Must be a super old one. Yeah, but I tried to figure out, I was trying to break down, oh, there's a Coco, or an Echo. I was trying to break down a pug into a single line drawing. That's what it started with. And then I did a Batman. I got Batman down. Ready? I got to turn it this way. I can't do it that way. Yeah, there you go. Okay. If you had 3 more lines. You get, a full Batman. Anyway, that's my one-line Batman. Oh, let me sign it. I'm going to copyright it. There we go. Okay. Enough of that. We are delaying. What do we got left here? 10 minutes or so. All right, so so anyway, I was going to do a whole series on that. So I still am. I've been writing that gag for a while again. Some of these gags don't go away, and that's one of the gags is that I've been interested in doing a series on the dogs talking in the strip. Come on, where's the water? There it is. It's not enough blue. There we go. So maybe one day soon you'll see that gag. You heard it here first. In studio time with Michael Jantze. Where's the blue? The blue's oh, there it is. Boop. Come on, blue. There, it's starting to show up. Is there water in there? Yeah, okay. It's being a little stubborn. You know, God, look at that. Where's the water? Come on. There we go. I mean, I like the dry brush and all. Lee, I know what you, oh, sorry, that's different. Yeah, so Lee, I know what you do and where you live and all that. Now, Fiend Kraken, where are you at now? Are you still in Atlanta? Tell us about yourself. What's your favorite color? This is not doing what I want it to do. Come on. There it goes. Work. Damn it. Yeah, that's not doing what I want at all. I don't like it. I need blue. Give me blue. Whoop. Okay. Blue, blue. No. Do a little brown here. Where's brown? Maybe there. Too much. Now there's too much blue. Look at all that blue. Okay. Okay. see, do we even want to do a background? My dog Coco is a Boerdor, which is half Border Collie, half Lab. So her mom was a brown and white Border Collie, and her dad was a black Lab. So she's got this little, when the sun hits her, she's got this brown fleck on her. It's kind of nice. Or sheen, whatever you call it, not a fleck, a sheen. Anyway. I think that's a bad idea. Let's move on. What do we got? We got way too much brown going there. Get a little orange going here. Yeah, I lost all my water. Okay, oh, there it goes. Okay. That's not orange. That's orange. Albuquerque in 1981. Man, that's a long time ago. Okay. Doot. Ah. Okay. There is the messy part of the drawing. Lastly, let's do, yeah, I've just run out of water here. There's a lot of water in there though, but it doesn't seem to be enough. Another one of these? Oh, of course not. Why would I have that? We're gonna make it. Okay. Still raining, wow. There's your weather report. They had said 20% chance, not 70, 20% chance of rain was all, and it's been raining since like 4 in the morning. It woke me up. It's coming down. All right, we're coming into our final minutes here. If you guys have any last questions, let me know. I'll set up another one of these for a weeknight this week. Big nose there, super big nose. Oh. Freckles. Okay. Get a little white out there. Do that in a minute. Okay, let's see. We got the paw. Okay. Yeah. And right there. That's a little overdone. Turned out I didn't do that many. 2 foot belly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got that, right? Yeah. So the glasses go off the back so you know what's going on there. Clean that up a little bit. Okay. A little more right there. A little bit right there. I'm doing this here. Shake for 32 minutes. Let's see if it works first. Yeah, we should be okay. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that nice? Yeah, close that up a little bit too much there. What else? I'll hit right there. A little bit of that right there. There, a couple of those right there. One of those right there. A couple of those right there. I don't like those as much. Let's take those off. Okay. There we go. And that, get rid of that. I think that's about it. Look at this thing. Okay. Thank you, guys. That is an hour of fun and sanity sketches. I'll post these on Instagram and Patreon. And if you'd like, I'll mail these to you since I think there's 2 of you here. So send me a request on Patreon in the comments area, and I'll know that you wouldn't be mad if I mailed you one of these. And we'll do this again next week. Need a little more love here. So thank you all for coming, and thank you both for coming. And I will see you. Tell all your friends to join the Patreon site and all that sort of stuff. And I'll see you next week again soon for another July Hangout, which is catching up. I think we're finally on June's Hangout would be next. This was sort of the May Hangout to catch up with. And oh, that looks better. There we go. And that's it. So let's see if I know how to turn this off. Probably don't. Here we go. Got to take it off its mount. Yep. All right. Thanks so much. Take care, and see you guys on Patreon.